Hallo liebe Blutspezialisten, weiter geht es mit Vampyr. Hier im Pembroke Hospital. Wir haben jetzt noch ein bisschen Zeit verstreichen lassen und noch ein bisschen gelevelt das letzte Mal und Dr. Swansea will nochmal mit uns reden, deswegen gehen wir mal zu dem guten Mann. Sein Büro ist ja hier direkt im Gang. Gehen wir mal rein.
Please, Jonathan, come in. Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea, but my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
It may seem strange, but your words have brought me some comfort here.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
There is no need to apologize, Edgar. You offered me sanctuary when I had none.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
Lady Ashbury, okay, dann zocken wir mal mit unserer gönnerhaften Lady, die dem Pembroke eine gute Summe zusteckt. Auch sehr viel Text. Seltene Spezies von Vampiren. Wandernder Brief. Pembroke Hospital, 25. Oktober. Sehr geehrter Dr. Swansea, hiermit informiere ich Sie über meinen starken Zweifel bezüglich Dr. Thorio Strickland und dem Fall von Harvey Fittig. Mr. Fittig wurde nach einem schweren Arbeitsunfall eingeliefert. Wenn man ihn nicht angemessen behandelt, läuft er Gefahr, seinen Arm zu verlieren. Dr. Strickland behauptet, ein medizinischer Eingriff könnte den Arm des Mannes komplett heilen. Ich fürchte, dass Komplikationen ihn den Arm kosten könnten. Unser junger Kollege ist ein kühner, experimentierfreudiger Arzt, der in ein paar Jahren zu einem hervorragenden Experten reifen könnte. Doch noch fehlt ihm die Expertise, diese riskante Behandlung durchzuführen. Muss ich Sie an seine früheren Verfehlungen erinnern? Da Dr. Strickland nicht auf mich hört, empfehle ich Ihnen, sein gefährliches Experiment zu unterbinden. Hochachtungsvoll Dr. Waverly Ackroyd. Das ist eine Info. Okay, die könnten wir nutzen. Pembroke Hospital, 4. August. Sehr geehrter Dr. Swansea, sehr gerne kümmere ich mich um die provisorische Leichenhalle, sobald sie eröffnet ist. Wenn ich Ihnen bereits mitgeteilt habe, war ich während des Krieges Arzt und werde meinem Land mit Freuden erneut dienen. Natürlich ist es nicht dasselbe, ob man die Toten oder die Lebenden betreut, aber auch um unsere Verstorbenen muss man sich gut kümmern. Seien Sie sich versichert, dass ich mein Bestes geben werde, um diese neue Aufgabe bestmöglichst zu verrichten. Bezüglich meiner Qualifikation tut es mir leid, dass ich Ihnen nicht mehr als mein Ehrenwort geben kann. Ich schwöre Ihnen, dass mein Regiment mich während des Kriegs zum Arzt ernannt hat und ich viele Leben gerettet habe. Wenn mein Wort nicht genügt, könnten Sie meine Militärverwaltung kontaktieren, um meine Erfahrungen und Fähigkeiten zu überprüfen. Sie wird Ihnen bestätigen, dass mich der Krieg gelehrt hat, was ein Arzt wirklich wissen muss, auch wenn ich nie Medizin studiert habe. Hochachtungsvoll, Rakesh Kardana, ehemaliger Arzt. Okay. Den haben wir noch nicht getroffen, aber gucken wir mal. Was macht er da? Er füllt was in eine Flasche und zieht's mit der Pipette raus. Gut. Sprich mit der Gönnerin des Krankenhauses. Dann gucken wir mal, ob wir die gute Frau finden. So wie es aussieht, ist sie draußen. Ich würde mal gerne im Bürgermenü da gucken. Nachtschicht erfolgreich. Ein Verräter im Krankenhaus. Erfolgreich. Hier. Finde heraus, wer Thelma ausspioniert. Ist oben. Gucken wir gleich mal nach. Ah, hier die Person, mit der wir nicht interagieren konnten. Ach was. Kennen wir doch.
Who took my dear wife, Emily? I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough. Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet lady of mercy.
Good evening, Dr. Reid. It's a pleasure to see you again. You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You're a the lady who saved me that night, before vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
Apologies. You've taken me by surprise. I'm very happy to see you.
The pleasure is mine, Doctor.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my questions now.
You must have countless questions, but our rather urgent matter first. Swansea has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
Have any of the patients given you trouble?
These poor souls have so little left to live for. I do my best to ease their pain.
The world would be a better place if it were cared for by women like you.
You make me blush. I am simply a necessary evil.
Pardon my boldness, your ladyship, but I have questions concerning this condition we share.
As a newborn, your hunger for answers is rivaled only by your thirst for blood. But the questions need wait.
I'm a scientist. My trade is in the deciphering of mysteries, and I need information to feed my mind.
I will gladly answer every question you have, but first, prove yourself capable of resolving my predicament without eating the culprit.
Dr. Swansea has commissioned me to be your agent in this matter. You could start by explaining what's amiss.
These past insufferable weeks, I've been the victim of extortion. I've made a first payment, but the blackmailer grows greedy. I must refuse his most recent demands.
Who would be so foolish as to threaten you? A kindred spirit.
Even if it were the case, and I highly doubt it, a vampire would have asked for something more valuable than money. My suspicions lean toward a patient or their family.
What are your expectations? Please be precise.
As the newly appointed surgeon of this hospital, you are in an excellent position to ask innocent questions and deftly learn the identity of my blackmailer.
If we're dealing with an ordinary criminal, surely you've the means to deal with it yourself, if I may.
As immortal tradition doth dictate, all fangs and hypnotic eyes ablaze, the blood would run like a river. That's what I hope to avoid. Violence has a tendency to spiral out of control.
Please continue. Every detail is essential. I'm your man.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame at having put the hospital at risk. The threat from our anonymous scoundrel is clear. A list of dates. My visits coinciding with the dates of suspicious patient deaths due to massive blood loss.
I'll take care of it. Do you know where I should start?
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself. You could talk to our local gossip, Harriet Jones. Not a pin drops here without her hearing about it.
I'll meet that woman now.
My life, as others know, is in your hands, Dr. Reid. I'm sure of your discretion, but I do fear your powers of persuasion will be put to the test. When this is resolved, I'll be your obligé. I'll answer all questions in regards of your condition.
Hätte nicht gedacht, dass wir die nochmal so bald wiedersehen. Lady Ashbury, ja. Genau, mesmerisieren. 20. Boah. Weil sie halt ein Vampir ist. Qualität des Blutes. Wissen wir nicht, weil sie halt ein Vampir ist. Okay, die Musik auf einmal. Welchen Cellisten haben sie sich denn dafür geangelt? Ich würde gerne die Sidequest machen, aber das ist irgendwo weiter oben. Hat keiner gesehen. Kann man das auf der Map irgendwie einsehen? Dahin muss? Scheint wohl doch ein bisschen außerhalb zu sein des Krankenhauses. Ah, mit Pippa Hawkins konnten wir auch nochmal reden.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reid.
Fragwürdige Geschäfte im Krankenhaus. Persönliche Fragen.
Milton cheats patients out of their money at this hospital, Pippa. Are you his accomplice?
Yes, I am.
Is this your definition of being useful? By abusing the sick and poor?
No. It is my definition of getting out of this useless life once and for all.
Whose idea was it?
What difference does it make? We did it together, and I'm guilty as charged.
Answer my question.
It was my idea first, even though Milton would say it was his, to protect me.
Why do you do it?
Why not? Most of the sick who paid for a bed are already dead, or will be soon. Don't you see the futility of all this?
War noch auf stumm. Wer sind Sie wirklich?
How can you be affected by the misery around you and be so heartless at the same time? Which is the real you, Nurse Hawkins?
I could ask you the same question, Dr. Reid. Are you more real when you lie to a dying patient, or when you grant him useless medication?
Hier, weitere Hinweise haben wir nicht. Fragwürdige Geschäfte im Krankenhaus. Persönliche Fragen.
Have you heard of any underhand dealings within the hospital?
I don't have time for such nonsense, Doctor. I've work to do.
Pressung ist eine ernsthafte Angelegenheit. Sie wirken nervös.
Are you certain? You seem nervous.
If you have something in mind, just speak up, Doctor. Otherwise, stop breathing down my neck.
Blackmail is a serious matter, Nurse Hawkins.
Everything is serious around here, Dr. Reid. Starting with patients who need me.
Sie weicht halt allen Fragen aus, ne? Ich kann eine Info von ihr.
Have you...
I don't have time.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Von ihr bekomme ich wohl keine Informationen. Ruf das. Natriumchloridlösung. Nice.
Thelma Howcroft said she was being watched by vampire hunters. Where are they hiding? I should investigate.
Ja, gucken wir mal. Irgendwo hier. Enter at your own risk. Whitechapel Street, Status des Bezirks bedenklich. Höre sie. Whitechapel. Nee, lass mal. Ob wir es auch mit Jack the Ripper zu tun kriegen? Hamburg Hospital, Status des Bezirks gesund. Hier kann ich rein. Tja, das haben die sich auch anders vorgestellt. Die leechen hier rum. Beutel voller Ramsch. Erkundungsmission, 25. Oktober. Von Befehlsstand der Wache von Priven an East End Patrouillen. Betreff Vampiraktivität, Krankenhaus, erkunden, untersuchen. Vor 3 Tagen hat einer unserer neuen Rekruten ein Gerücht über eine Vampirin vernommen, die sich im Pembroke Hospital Londoner East End verstecken soll. Ich kenne nur ihren Namen, Thelma. Ihr habt die Aufgabe, euch unauffällig dorthin zu begeben, alle verdächtigen Aktivitäten bezüglich vorgenannter Blutsaugerin zu beobachten und uns anschließend direkt Meldung zu machen. Wir werden dann entscheiden, was zu tun ist. Okay, jetzt haben wir weitere Informationen und können sie ihr dann mitteilen. Gut. Ich glaube, in Whitechapel gucken wir uns auch mal um, aber das machen wir dann zu einem späteren Zeitpunkt, wenn wir stärker sind, wenn wir ein stärkerer Vampir sind. Gerade sind wir noch ein Neugeborener, wie sie so schön gesagt hat. Lady Ashford, oder wie sie hieß. Ich glaube, so hieß sie doch, oder? Oder Ashcroft. Ich mag die Stimmung hier auch, dass es so neblig ist, ne? So das Licht so leicht und gibt eine wohlige Stimmung in so einer düsteren Atmosphäre und ja, der Nebel über dem Boden. Ah, das hat was. Oh, jetzt jemand, den wir noch nicht kennen. Aber wir haben eine Information über ihn. Sprechen wir mal mit ihm.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reid. Always a pleasure to meet a colleague, sir. Especially when he was supposedly dead.
A colleague? Are you a doctor too?
Not anymore, sir. I used to be Dr. Rakesh Chadana. Now, I'm just Mr. Chadana, pawnbroker and humble guardian of this morgue.
What do you mean, you used to be a doctor? Was your license revoked?
No, sir. It is just that I like to be precise. I run a little pawn shop while taking care of the dead. But I used to be a real doctor.
Please show me what you have to sell.
Of course. It's just trinkets and curios, really. But I'm sure they can be useful.
Ach, er hat medizinische Sachen. Eisennitrat, Natriumchloridlösung, Codein, Kalium, Supermagnat, Ergotamin, Opium. Eine rätselhafte Formel. Diese auf ein Stück Papier geschriebene Formel scheint komplex zu sein. Sie muss analysiert werden. Kaufe ich. Ich kann die Sachen auch verkaufen an ihn. Ah, ich war noch nicht fertig.
Please. Of course.
Of course. Opium nehme ich gerne. Kann ich mir ein paar Sachen herstellen. Natriumchloridlösung bei euch. Ich habe kein Geld mehr. Verdammt. Okay.
Good evening.
So, talken wir mal mit ihm.
Are you afraid or uneasy being surrounded by so many corpses?
Why should I? These bodies are empty vessels. Flesh left to decay. Poof. No soul anymore. All gone.
An interesting point of view. And quite an exotic one, too. Most people fear, or at least have a respect, for dead flesh.
Sir, as a medic during the war, I learned to face my death and the death of others. It's the pain we have to tame, not death itself.
How did you get this job?
After I left the army, I worked as an undertaker down by the docks. A dangerous place with many an unpleasant business there. Milton Hooks helped me get a job here.
Ah, Milton ist der Verbindungsmann. Sind wir schon mal begegnet?
Have we met before?
I don't think so, sir. Why?
When we first talked, you said you were glad to meet me since I was reported dead.
Funny story, sir. Your sister came here a few nights ago. You were missing. and she was looking for your body. She must be very relieved now.
Stich in die Brust, weil wir unsere eigene Schwester ermordet haben. Was er ja nicht wusste, wer es war, weil er nichts gesehen hat. Also Blutdurst hatte.
Do you work here alone?
Yes, very easy work, sir. All I have to do is watch a few bodies. The situation was very different when the main morgue was still open.
Why do you have to watch these bodies?
Because these poor fellows have no names. We keep them in case someone comes looking for the missing. Sadly, very rarely happens.
Why close the hospital's main morgue?
It was for sanitary reasons after the beginning of the epidemic. Cadavers had to be moved to the nearest mass grave.
Tell me the truth about your appointment as a medic during the war, Rakesh.
The regiment administration appointed me by mistake. I had to learn the job on the spot, sir. Very hard, sir, but I rose to the challenge.
Die hätten ablehnen sollen. Sie können sich doch nicht als Arzt ausgeben.
You can't impersonate a doctor. You can't improvise a medical education. People could die at your hands.
You're absolutely right, sir. But as a field surgeon, it was more like being a butcher.
Do you believe you have really helped these people?
My ratings were within the averages of the regiment. I saved lives, Dr. Reid. Does that not say enough about triage and war surgery?
Do you realize how many soldiers died because of that decision? You should have refused.
Yes, sir. I swear I did, sir. But no one listened. When the first wounded arrived, I had to do what I could.
It is an unbelievable story, Mr. Chidana.
It was a time beyond belief, Dr. Reid. But I'm happy not to deal with the wounded. I prefer caring for the dead now.
Gerüchte über Erpressung. Vielleicht weiß er was.
Someone blackmailing people in the hospital.
Pardon me, sir, but I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay. Persönliche Fragen. Glauben Sie an ein Leben nach dem Tod?
Since you're not afraid of dying, do you believe in life after death, Rakesh?
No. I believe we must do all the good we can while alive. For our time is short, and the obstacles are endless.
Do you think you would enjoy immortality as a concept?
I don't think so. Don't mistake me. I love life, and I'd like to live a long life. But everything has to decay, sir. Even goodwill.
Wohlwollen ist nicht von Dauer? Also sind Sie bereit zu sterben?
Do you really believe goodwill cannot last?
As I said, sir, everything decays. If I was to never die, goodness, I would be bored or worse. And I like to be helpful, sir.
Quite depressing, wouldn't you say?
Yes, but the good news is we'll all die before losing our humanity, sir.
So you're ready to die?
No, I am not. I don't fear death, for I won't see it. What troubles me is the pain my death will inflict to those I know.
You're a wise man, Mr. Chidana.
No, Dr. Reid. I am a foolish man. But I like to think otherwise.
A pawnbroker? I expect you get all types of people here.
Yes, sir. All kind of people. For I sell all kind of goods.
Was für Waren verkaufen Sie? Haben wir schon ein bisschen was gekauft.
Who comes here to trade with you? It's very unhygienic, even unsafe. Diseases can spread. For the customers, for the hospital.
I'm very cautious, sir. I've been a doctor, remember? And all my clients are good people. In fact, I think I only know good people.
What kind of goods?
With the quarantine, it's not always easy to buy things. So I trade, I exchange. Some people sell, some others buy. I like to help.
Okay, ich glaube, wir sind so gut wie mit ihm durch, weil hier ist noch ein Hinweis benötigt.
Goodbye, Mr. Chidana.
Okay, mit ihm können wir leider nicht mehr quatschen. Bitte den örtlichen Befehlsstand der Wache von Priven. Das ist ein bisschen außerhalb da. Das ist Whitechapel. Ja, da muss ich nach Whitechapel gehen, was ziemlich gefährlich werden kann. Sprich mit Harriet im Krankenhaus. Machen wir das erstmal. Oh, hier ist noch was zum Einsammeln. Dr. Ashbury, hatten wir mit ihm noch was offen?
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reid.
Have you heard about any blackmail going on in this hospital?
Blackmail? Nonsense.
Okay, über Erpressung weiß er nichts.
Thank you.
Dr. Reid, may I help you?
Allgemeine Fragen, Fragen zum Erpressungsfall, persönliche Fragen. Die haben wir noch gar nicht viel gequatscht. Allgemeine Fragen über die Epidemie, über die Patienten.
What can you tell me about the epidemic, Nurse Crane? I've been out of touch since I've come back to England.
Everyday folk don't know how bad it is. The papers certainly won't tell them. Not as long as the war is raging on, anyway.
News on the front stated that the Spanish flu was under control, at least in Britain.
It seemed to be for a while, but that was only last summer. It returned with a vengeance just over a month ago.
What can you tell me about our patients here at Pembroke?
This hospital was founded to help the East End poor and needy. But since the war and the quarantine, we've had all manner of folk.
Can you be more specific?
Well, veterans, the elderly, dock workers. We even have a few mental patients. If there's space, we take them.
For how long have you been working here, Nurse Crane?
I first volunteered at the Pembroke in 1911, a few months after Dr. Swansea was appointed.
And before you arrived here?
If you must know, this was my first job.
Well, Dr. Swansea certainly has confidence in your abilities. Are you in charge of the nursing staff?
Not in an official capacity, but the Pembroke doesn't always work above board, so to speak.
What about medical protocols?
Dr. Reid, we don't have the money and resources here at the Pembroke like they do in the West End. We do what we can.
How is the duty roster organized?
Everybody works until they can't. If there's time, they'll eat a meal and shed a silent tear.
Alles klar. So, Erpressungsfall. Bericht über Erpressung?
Have you heard rumors about blackmail within the hospital?
I don't have time to listen to all the idle gossip that floats in these halls, Doctor.
Okay.
Do you know if any of the hospital staff have had run-ins with the law?
Doctor, you've hardly been here and you're already questioning the moral fortitude of the staff.
Eigentlich nicht, ich gehe nur einer Sache auf die Spur. Okay. Unbekannt.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reid. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
Okay. Könnt ihr mesmerisieren? Dr. Strickland, den kennen wir noch nicht. Okay, und Dr. Wavy Aykroyd behandeln ihn. 2 Personen fehlen uns noch. Dann kennen wir hier alle.
Have you heard talk of any blackmail here at the hospital?
No, nothing.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Fiddick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed, so I can return to work and to my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter, and a good one too. But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reid.
Ja, verständlich.
Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Aykroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is I disagreed about wooden nails, not flesh and bones.
Are you satisfied with your treatment here?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reid? I have the feeling you're very capable, and your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies.
Okay, das haben wir alles schon gefragt. Persönliche Fragen. Da brauchen wir Hinweise. Okay, haben wir nicht.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
I will not let you down, my boy.
Okay. Dr. Strickland.
So many deaths. And still more.
Okay, wo muss ich denn jetzt hin? Was wird da angezeigt? Geld? Händler. Achso.
You always knew the worst to come.
Da drin.
These nurses, bred with no respect.
Na, aber wer sind Sie denn?
What is this? Who are you? Get out of my room.
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm Dr. Reid, the new surgeon.
Preposterous. Dr. Reid, you say? I don't want some bumbling intern. Where's Dr. Swansea?
Halten Sie den Mund! Bitte beruhigen Sie sich.
Please, calm down, madam. I assure you that I am highly qualified. I'm just back from war duty.
How brave. Threatening an old defenseless woman. You know how long I've been a patient here? You've picked the wrong fight. I'm Harriet Jones.
Harriet Jones? Indeed. I've been meaning to have a chat with you. You know what goes on here better than any other patient, I gather.
Oh, better than any patient, nurse or doctor. I've seen so many vile undertakings.
I heard there have been some despicable goings-on. Was there a case of blackmail?
Blackmail? Wait. You're investigating something. This isn't a social call. One of those incompetent cunts slit a poor sod's vein.
Sie mögen Tratsch. Sind Sie die Erpresserin?
If I didn't know better, Miss Jones, I'd be inclined to say you enjoy this type of idle gossip.
God's honest truth, Doctor. It's just the way it is here. Most of these bitches would let you freeze to death before getting you a blanket.
You seem to know more about the goings-on here than anyone else. Beware, Miss Jones, in case suspicion should fall on you.
That's it. Blame the old and infirm. I see those little bitches' greedy little eyes. Just waiting for me to pop off they are.
I assure you, madam, this is not an investigation into a possible medical error.
Debauchery, then? Nurses Crane, Hawkins, Brannigans, whores, all of them. They can't keep their legs shut. I've seen them scratching slutty sores.
Really? Well, if you have irrefutable proof,
Die nimmt da echt kein Blatt vor den Mund, ne?
behaving in such a manner here.
This is your business, Doctor, not mine. But I swear one of the nurses is cavorting with some man on hospital hours.
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones. You've given me something to go on. See you on the next round.
Okay, haben wir mit ihr geredet. Finish Mr. People Hawkins, Dorothy Crane. Okay.
I'll start my investigation with
Too
that.
much energy for so little result.
Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
Wir können ja mit ihr nochmal reden über das, was wir herausgefunden haben.
Tell me, Thelma, what do you really know about vampires?
I saw one and he saw me. I watched him hunt and kill. I saw his terrible wounds heal as his victim died. And then I knew I was saved.
You mean you actually saw a vampire? Here in London?
Yes. And it has been the answer to my pain. I must drink and kill to regenerate my decaying body. I am a vampire too.
Sie leiden an Wahnvorstellungen. Sie wissen nichts über Vampire. Sie könnten in Gefahr sein.
You have no idea what problems your claim could cause if heard by the wrong people, Miss Howcroft. You must stop this nonsense now.
Why fear the truth? Strange things live in the dark, Dr. Reid. Strange and ancient beings that were here before this island even had a name.
Zwei Hinweise brauchen wir noch.
Have you heard of any blackmailing going on within these walls?
I have no time for mortal games. My secrets are beyond their comprehension, Dr. Reid.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
I wonder what your last thoughts would be, sir.
Okay. Gut, aber wir sind bei 42 Minuten schon angelangt, deswegen machen wir hier an dieser Stelle jetzt erstmal Schluss und ich sage vielen Dank fürs Zusehen bei dieser Episode von Vampyr. Wir haben jetzt schon ein paar Sachen gelöst und erfahren. Wir sind leider unserem Schöpfer nicht so wirklich näher gekommen, aber wir kümmern uns jetzt erstmal um das Anliegen der Angestellten des Pembroke Hospitals sowie der Patienten und gucken mal, was wir tun können. Wohin uns unser Weg führt, das erfahrt ihr dann in der nächsten Folge von Vampyr. Macht's gut, bis zum nächsten Mal.